Happy New Year, people. Yeah, here's a question. This is for people, I guess, from the hood. You probably understand this better. But have you ever known of a guy who was a shit starter? Now I'll cut right. In the hood, plenty of dudes start shit. But this is a special type of shit starter. He starts shit, but he never really gets into shit. This is the guy who, if somebody says something to him, he gets into a situation, he will get loud. Say, oh, what, you want to mess with me? Yo, that's the worst thing you could ever do in your life. Money, blah, 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 this, that, and the other, man. Yo, that'll be the worst, the last thing you ever do in your life, man. I'll do this and I'll do that. But the thing is, when it comes down to it, he don't do nothing. Because you see, what he does is he'll get all loud and he'll back away. And when things really start jumping off, when there's some fighting to do, guess who's doing the fighting? His boys. The dudes he cool with, those dudes up there throwing down, those dudes who's like, yo, when it comes to get physical, those dudes is fighting like, yo, fighting like it has really something to do with them when it really don't. It's just their boy told them he had beef, and now his beef is their beef, and they doing all the fighting, and the dude who started the shit in the first place, he's standing in the back like the general, like, yeah, hit him, Chris, hit him. When it comes down to shooting, guess who's doing the shooting? The dude who started it, he ain't got no guns in his hand. His boys is doing all the shooting, and they ducking, they running, they gunning. But he ain't doing none of that. He might be running with them, but he ain't gunning. And when it comes to getting locked up, guess who's getting locked up? His boys, the cats he cool. He's like, yo, don't worry, man, I'm gonna hold you down, man, yo. But homeboy himself, he ain't fighting. He ain't getting shot. He might get shot at, but he ain't doing none of the shooting, and he ain't getting locked up. But he the one who starts the whole shit. This is the shit starter who doesn't really get involved in any shit. Now, to me, I'm pretty sure some of you who from the hood know what I'm talking about. Guys like that have gone on like this for years. I've seen guys live their whole life like this. They get into beef, constant beef. Guess who winds up paying the price? His boys or the people around him. He don't get into, I've seen cats who I ain't never even seen them. I've asked, just like, yo, so-and-so ever been in a fight, man? Nah, man, not to know of, man. He had beef with so-and-so, but as far as his beef go, he hasn't thrown no blows, he hasn't fired any guns or any of that stuff. He's running around gangster, he ain't done really himself nothing gangster. He just pops much stuff. They say winners would rather have talked and fight, so homeboy wins by doing all the talking. He don't do an ounce of the fighting. And I see cats go through their whole lives like that, and I just be shaking my head like, yo, if I was his boy, I'd be like, yo, Holmes, here's the gun, man. You go take care of that, man. I'd say, here's the gun, man. Or he's like, alright, man, alright, man, you go ahead and fight with him, man. I got your back, I ain't gonna let nobody jump you. Go ahead and take him, man. Go one-on-one. But I've seen cats get away with that for their whole life. And the way I look at it, my man Barack Obama should be like that. Because he's in the ultimate, he's the president. What? That's what he's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be like, yo, what, you got beef with me? He don't have to do any of that stuff. He'll let somebody else take care of that. For instance, let's say Joe Lieberman gives him a beef about his health care bill, saying, yo, I ain't gonna have no public options. Like, oh, what? Yo, if you don't vote for my public option, I'm going to make sure you never get elected again. I make sure you won't even be appointed to be a dog walker, a dog catcher in your local town. In fact, I'm going to have somebody check your lineage. I'll have them come out and tell you ain't even really Jewish. He should just be threatening you, leaving me with all kinds of stuff like, yo, I'll have somebody go and check your past and find out whether or not you ever had an affair on your wife. Now, if they do find that out, I'll have the girl or girls come out. I will smear you. In fact, your state of Connecticut, I'll make sure your state doesn't get jacked. In fact, I will jerk your state every chance I get, so you better vote for what I want. Now, of course, legally the president can't do that. In fact, even in political talk, you can't even say that stuff outright like that, but you can make innuendos, and you can kind of, there's a way to pull out politicians to do it where they can threaten each other without really even saying like, yo, that he took that the wrong way. He misinterpreted my words. I didn't threaten him. I didn't threaten his state. I didn't threaten his political career. But yeah, you can actually do that, And to my opinion, Obama can and should do that. He should be the dude who's getting into shit, starting shit, and guess what? He ain't doing none of the heavy work. He's not fighting, he's not doing it, but he's just verbally, yeah, alright, okay, you got beef, send his boys after him. Just like right now, all the stuff he's getting into in healthcare and the whole political thing, he could put Joe Biden, Joe Biden sometimes gets out of hand. People like, yo, Joe, man, get on the air, man, and blast off on Holmes, and blast off on this dude, and so, in a political manner, of course. But I think he's doing like, yo, I'm Gentleman Jim, I'm an upstanding, sophisticated man, so we're not going to do that, man. That's flinging dirt, and and I don't think he realizes at this point, hopefully after this year has gone by, he should realize that, taking the high road and being the wise man, is probably, and in his mind is the best thing to do, but people like to see strength, and, sometimes you have to act before you think. And, sometimes people would much rather see that, and, especially people looking for you for leadership, they don't want you to try to do the wise thing or the best thing. I mean, they want you to do that, but they want you to look like, right, let's be real, he looks like he has no backbone, he's like, spineless, a yellow streak running down his back, all that. And that's embarrassing even for him to be a black man, because we know him for putting foot to ass, when it comes to time. In fact, we know him for putting foot to ass even when it's not even really the time to do it. So for him to be so hesitant is, it's a little bit embarrassing. You got a black man in the White House, but the one black man you have in the White House is scared to throw down. I mean, we know him for throwing down. But, anyway, that's all, I'm just hoping that this year, because, last year, unfortunately, came out looking, even with this healthcare thing, he's still coming out looking weak because, he put his foot down, said he wanted a public option, and, Lieberman was like, I'm not having a public option. He's like, okay. I mean, he doesn't even realize if they pass that, he still looks weak. But anyway, that's my opinion on the subject. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.